This is Hollywood superstar Hugh Jackman. Welcome to Series 4 of the Dad Tales podcast. These two are the real greatest showmen. Sit back and enjoy.
I'm going to definitely cut this bit out.
So the question is...
We don't ever find the answer out. But that's like being in between like your mum and your dad.
Hang on for a second. We've had that one. What are you talking about? So what was the age?
Good evening, Andy. I've got different clothes up once. I've just noticed.
Well, I've got the same clothes on. I feel like it's showing a bit of chest off.
I'm just looking at myself, dreamy. Whoa. What a guy. By the way, everyone keeps pointing out I'm going bald.
What, in your beard?
Yeah, and I can see it as well. I can see what they're talking about. It's like a bit of a dark bit there, and then a bit of a... It's grey or...
Losing it everywhere, aren't you?
Alopecia, stress that, mate. You're stressing me out all the time.
Terrible at shaving, maybe.
I don't think so. Well, I can see that really bad.
This is a fun start. It's not our worst start.
It's not our best start.
It's not our best start. Right, special episode. Special.
They're all special, mate.
They're all special, you're right. Before we go into it, it kind of leads into this, but something happened to me over the last few days. I want your opinion. It's like...
You've been probed by aliens.
Possibly. Right, so I made myself a Sunday dinner yesterday and I had some boiled potatoes. Right, I had 6 boiled potatoes. And I'm looking at the plate and going, that's a lot. That's a lot of potatoes. But there was only 1 potato. And I wouldn't think twice about having a jacket potato, 1 potato. And if I had chips, I would probably have 3 potatoes. What are potatoes doing to us? When you chop them, they get bigger.
Yeah. Well, I've shown this
this
conversation before. Now, if you mash it, then there's too much again. Have you ever mashed just 1 potato?
I don't like mash.
Weirdo. It seems to go further. It's like, what is going on here?
And you go, I can't eat all that.
Yeah.
That's just greedy.
Yeah,
But it's just 1
because
potato.
the other day I mashed 2 decent-sized potatoes, and for me and Amy, and I was like, I've had far too much. You could have fed 4. You're right. If we'd done jacket potato and sausages, we would have had a potato each.
Yeah.
I don't want to bat an eyelid on a lot.
Would you? Exactly. So what's happening with potatoes?
It's the Matrix, mate.
Which leads us right
The
into
Matrix.
It leads us right into this week's topic.
The Matrix.
We've talked conspiracy theories before, but these are bizarre conspiracies.
Yeah. I started off, my notes came in with normal conspiracy like flat earth, the royal family are lizard people, the moon landing is a hoax, chemtrails and biological weapons.
Do you know what I've noticed about conspiracy theories though? They're non-stop. They're literally every day. There's something. Social media just presents something every day.
A new one.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know when this episode's going to go out, but timestamp this is the picture of Kate Middleton today.
Yeah.
And have you seen how many conspiracy theories are rocking around for it?
Yeah, that's not even them. Because I was listening to radio and I was listening to Jeremy Vine today.
Lizards.
No, they were saying some guy came on and was saying like he don't believe that the 4 people, which obviously Kate and 3 kids, are even them. They've just superimposed their head onto their body.
Which is why, is it Reuters have removed all the pictures, haven't they?
Reuters?
Reuters are like
Is that possible to say
like
writers?
not a media company.
No,
the biggest, big media company. And they've literally gone, no, this isn't real. We're retracting all these pictures.
Yeah, so, to go back to the Kate Middleton photo, right? So I've looked at the photo. I don't understand what the problem is. I can't see what everyone's talking about.
Well,
So they're saying like something wrong with a zipper, something wrong with an elbow, and something wrong with a hand. I'm looking at hands going, well, they're like hands to me.
Who's to say that picture wasn't real and then somebody's manipulated it to go, yeah, it's fake? Do you know, made subtle changes. Because I saw on the news this morning, there was like circles around stuff. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, it looks normal. That.
Yeah.
But, so it's kind
maybe
of...
we're plugged into the Matrix too much that we don't see these.
It's kind of an conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Well, it's just gone off. How does it do that?
Go back on. We're still live, aren't we?
We're still live, yeah, don't worry about that. We're just going into that, and that's not one that's gone off. No, it's because she's got to sleep. Yeah, so they're all over. And what makes me think is, who starts them? Who goes, right, I'm just going to make shit up.
Idiots on the internet. People would know better to do.
And then people go, oh,
Can't believe
I'm an idiot as well.
Yeah. big time.
You said about the flat Earth thing. Where did that start from?
Yeah. The best thing about the flat Earth thing is where people think that the Arctic, do you know, the Arctic Circle and stuff, well, they reckon that goes right round the whole of the Earth. And that's what, so when you go north, you hit the Arctic, and that goes right round. So that's stopping it from falling off the Earth. What a load of shit. What a load of shit.
It does make me wonder that there's some awful stuff going on.
I'm sure people have flown over the Arctic Circle to poo-poo this.
Yeah, I mean, what's the advantage of being lied to? You know, like the moon landings and stuff.
See that one?
I hear like a whining in the ear.
Is it me talking?
It's you, yeah.
I get that though, because that was a political advantage. So it allowed the Americans to plough on into developments where Russia's went, now we're stopping now, they beat us. There's no political advantage of going there. The thing I find weird about the moon landing is we've not been back since, and we're struggling to get back now.
Yeah.
I find that mental. We're struggling to get.
Technology's better.
I'm going to say. So we went in a tin can effectively. It's like the can on the string, right? It's like that. And then someone that was the best phone we had. And then someone going, well, actually, we've got a phone now, but we still can't contact someone. But someone on the string can manage to talk to China.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I think I said this to you the other week, though, about why have we never researched underwater? I get it's deep, and I get pressure. But if we can send somebody up into the sky, surely we're brainy enough to go, right, go underwater then.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's just bizarre.
So let's go for our bizarre conspiracy theories. I've got three.
I'm going to start at what I consider. Right, so I'll start. My first
Please
one
do.
is it's a bizarre one, but you'll realise why it's gone into my top three. And it's the Loch Ness Monster. And what I've done is because they've been so clever with it and gone, yeah, we probably know there ain't a monster in that lake.
What?
But we're not going to tell anybody that because we're just going to keep people coming in going, I think there might be a monster there. And I'll go on it and have a look. And from a marketing point of view, they're doing a cracking job. And alongside that, the Yeti. You know, like there's this big bear thing somewhere out there. And every so often someone will take a picture and go, there's a Yeti there. So that's my first one.
And Bigfoot. So I've got one similar to that. It's called phantom kangaroos. And apparently there's this thing that something to do with teleportation or the government experimenting that kangaroos are native to Australia and I think one other place, and they're not native to anywhere else. Yet people keep seeing like kangaroos, like say in Scotland, or they'll see one in like say Russia. They're like, why is there a kangaroo there? It came from a zoo properly.
I need to see one in a zoo somewhere.
So there's this conspiracy theory that the government are trialing teleportation and using kangaroos. So also you get like a weird kangaroo appear in a random place. It's like, where's the kangaroo there? Then gone. And then the kangaroo is no longer to be seen.
Who's the crazy American guy that's always into conspiracy theories?
Joe Rogan.
No. The other one, he's been banned off like all social media because he's that. I can't think of his name. He was saying that.
Snowden.
No. It's the one that's all for the guns and stuff like that. In fact, he came off because he said that kids shooting in America there was all actors. And they've all suing him and stuff like that for millions. I can't think of his name. I should know it.
Epstein? No, it's actually
He
a different story.
That one a conspiracy.
I was going to say different story altogether.
He said that the government was making frogs gay. They was putting something in the water which was turning frogs gay.
Why? What did you achieve by turning frogs
I
gay?
don't know. Just camp frogs in little pink tutus.
What's that achieving though? Having slowed down the birth rate of
With
frogs.
most of these, I don't know what they're achieving.
Have we? This is like a bit thing here. Have we slowed? There's been like a dip in birth rate in humans.
There's definitely a dip in education rate, I think.
Education rate.
I can't.
I was thinking because as a society we're more gender fluid, aren't we? And gender, like acceptability. I'm not trying to think, but I'm not trying to be funny, Rob. But that's got to have an impact on the birth rate. Anyway,
Possibly, yeah.
Anyway, something for research for off this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
I mean, just stop having sex with frogs.
Or each other.
Slippery little so-and-sos. Right, I read this one and I had to read it twice because I thought,
That's a good start.
is this a conspiracy? So, traffic cones are left out because there's nowhere else to store them. So they just move them around the country. Just go, yeah, we've just got no place to keep them, so just leave
Just
them
stick
on
them
road.
on road.
I almost want that to be true.
I hope that is true. That's a good one.
It would.
Let's say with traffic signs and all that and
Yeah.
temporary lights. I tell you what, the amount of times I come to temporary light and there's been temporary lights, but there's been nothing in the road for road works. Like, you know, they put temporary lights up, like digging a little hole in the road, temporary lights here. There's been a few where I've like, what are they doing? Why is I can get both sides. Why is some lights up?
Yeah.
Weird.
Bizarre.
So my next one is that Paul McCartney and Avril Lavigne have both been replaced.
Yeah.
How weird is that? Why? What's the? I mean, Paul McCartney, I sort of slightly get it was the pomp of the Beatles. There was a money juggernaut, but
the other Beatles that have died, they've just gone.
yeah, we'll have them dead. Yeah, don't worry about it. No Paul McCartney. I think there's only been only one's been died, hasn't there? Ringo's still alive. There's only Lennon that's gone.
Yeah, and
George Harrison's still alive, and Thingy Best is still alive.
George Best.
No,
He's not.
one of the original Beatles before George Harrison came along, or Ringo Starr, was called something Best.
Ringo's a name that never really took on, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ringo Starr as well.
Yeah, but after Freddie, nobody wanted that name.
Freddie Starr. I don't know who Freddie Starr is.
He ate my hamster.
Oh, I do know who Freddie Starr is. Yeah. Yeah, so these two have been replaced.
Yeah, so the Avril Lavigne one's a bizarre one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a young pop star. What?
Exactly. What's the premise of replacing them? As in, like,
This is
what are they achieving by
yeah.
having someone a lookalike to then be that person? Why not, if that person's really good at singing, just have someone and rename them, but the songs are very similar to Avril Lavigne. I mean, there's people out there who sound like the Beatles, so you can come along and go, oh, hang on, what's going on here? Is that him in disguise?
This is my point though about like how this gains traction. So if I said to you, so I've this Avril Lavigne, she looks a little bit different. Because singers do go away, don't they, for months, come back.
Has a new face put on,
Yeah.
hair extensions.
And if I said that to you and you go, yeah, you're
Face
right,
shop, yeah.
then how many people do you tell before this actually gains something?
Hey, I wonder if Michael Jackson was different Michael Jackson's, because he looked different loads of times.
Well, there's
He
lots of
kept
stories.
changing.
There's lots of stories about Michael Jackson
Still being alive.
still alive.
Yeah.
Elvis still being
Yeah.
alive. In fact,
Tupac still alive.
I saw something about Elvis the other week about he was in like it's like a petrol station pump attendant or something like that.
But wouldn't Elvis be like 100 now?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
But he's probably he's probably
For
alive
50s, isn't he, Elvis?
and then been taken back. He only died in his 40s though, didn't he? Did he? What the hell was he? He had a shit and died, didn't he?
Yeah.
Again, and so the other thing about them people is, have you heard like conspiracies that there's like a famous island somewhere where all these people, Princess Diana,
Yeah,
put on this island, not Epstein's island.
it's called Rashkura, isn't it? So do you know Tupac Shakur? Well, his name backwards is like Rashkura. And apparently that's the island where everyone goes to like hide. So he's like the first one to say, I want to get out of the public eye, faked his death and goes on this island, lives on this island. And then ever since then, everyone's gone to this island who's disappeared out of fame.
I would really find out if this was true.
Well, there's that much money to cover up this conspiracy, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And then they come onto our main land to do something, and that's when we catch them and go, hey, oh, bloody hell, that's such and such.
Yeah, when they're wearing like one of them fake glasses and nose.
So, hang on, no, because Elvis went before Tupac. So that's that. I just... Anyway.
Elvis was maybe hiding out in a a hotel.
Well, this is up there with Hitler's in Argentina and stuff, innit? They all immigrated to Argentina. There's pockets of Argentina that genuinely, people who escaped the war, World War II, like Himmler and all his generals, I don't think Himmler made it there, but all them lot, and they actually speak German. They're like, there's little villages where they don't even speak Argentinian, they're just pure German speakers
with little mustaches
from escaping the war. And Lederhosens and Steins.
Like that episode of Only Fools and Horses where they look round and there's
that South France somewhere, isn't it?
Same sort of thing.
But yeah, I don't get the point. Once again, I know conspiracy theories about why, But what are they achieving by replacing those two people?
I don't
and
know.
The rest?
And surely, if you want to get out of the public eye, there's ways of doing it. You just go live on a mountain somewhere.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? Well, no, I'm sure we live in a world now where you can have full-blown reconstruction that you don't even look alike.
But like, yeah, of course you could. I mean, a lot of celebrities have.
Yeah, I tell you what I saw the other day was had loads of work. You know, Millie Bobby Brown. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
She's had a lot of work done. They're from Strange Things. Yeah, you know, no, she's from Strange Things. You're not a cup of tea.
It was rubbish.
She had like a new nose and everything. I was like, why? You're only young and
Yeah.
you don't need it.
Sharon Osbourne looks awful.
I see. I tell you, he looks awful.
Like
Louis Walsh. You seen him?
Looks awful as well.
He got like young 17-year-old's hair, and he's like old withered man.
Like twisted like things to keep. Yeah. This is like a conspiracy on a conspiracy. So we've all heard the conspiracy that Walt Disney was cryogenetically frozen.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
The conspiracy following this one is that the Frozen film was made to cover it up.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
So
have we done that? Haven't we said this before?
I don't know, but I was reading it. I don't think so, because I don't think I've heard this before.
Oh, right.
So
I've heard it.
the idea is that people's obviously Googling it, and it's to change the analytics and the algorithm for Google.
Yeah.
So Mr. Walt Disney in his cryogenetic chambers gone, what if we created a film?
To stop people.
So when people were Googling Walt Disney Frozen, it would be the film that they saw.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of effort in it to hide somewhere.
But I think that could be true. I genuinely think that could be true, because it was one of the most searched things was Disney Frozen at one point when it came out that he cryogenically froze him.
So how does that work then? Do they just like defrost him?
Well, so the problem is that the theory goes, there's quite a few people have been cryogenically frozen, but we don't know how to unfreeze people and kill and bring them back to life. If that makes sense. So he was dead like cancer, something stupid, didn't he? He was like terminally ill, so he went for freeze. And hoping that there's a cure, but also not only we might have a cure for that condition. However, we've still got to overcome the problem of regenerating him back up. But
microwave.
Hey, I tell you what,
it's
definitely Sam. Other day in news, it was saying that there was a worm from the micro permafrost, whatever it is, I don't know what it's called, from like millions of years ago. They found this worm frozen. They defrosted it. It came back to life. This bloody worm from like millions of years ago. I thought I've seen this film before.
It's called Viagra.
Yay! Little blue pill.
Brings a little bit back to life.
So I believe the Frozen thing's true. Yeah, I genuinely think there's been a thing that like people are just non-stop searching this, and we need to get away. Because the problem is, at the same time, it came out that Walt Disney was a Nazi sympathiser, wasn't it?
I've never looked that far in front of it.
So if you look at all early Disney stuff, there's a lot of like Nazi and.
I tell you what, we have talked about. There's a lot of conspiracies around Disney itself, isn't there?
Mm.
Like certain pathways was created in Disney because it was like the shorter route or something like that, so people wouldn't walk across gardens and stuff. I did read one the other day that nobody's ever died in one of the Disney resorts.
True. They take them off. They pronounce them just dead off site. So you could have an heart attack and drop down dead. You're dead. They've done all the work. They'll take you into the back, but they actually won't pronounce you dead until you're off the site.
Yeah.
And go, died at 3:31. Yeah, you had a heart attack at 1 o'clock on the site.
Yeah. So that's not necessarily a conspiracy.
True. That's
it's just
so when they bring their stats up. So because they put your publicise. So I have accident stats. If I have a death on my site, I never have a death. But that would be like part of my. Just track him to Blue Ferry Road and go. Yeah, he died at Blue Ferry Road.
Get him on the nearest roller coaster.
But yeah, so as well. So going back to it. So when we was in Disney, Tezzy kept Googling, I don't know why, but there are like certain rides that people have died on.
Mr. Funbags.
So it's like 3 people have like died. So it was like one, I think it was like I want to say it was like the Aerosmith, the rock and roll one. And it was like 3 people have died on this in the last 5 years. And it's been related to like cardiac arrest and stuff like that, or from the head you shouldn't ride this if you've got high blood pressure and all that shit. But they'll have died, but they'll have pronounced them dead off the site.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It just feels wrong, that, doesn't it?
Why?
Because you're almost, if you're with a family for instance, like you said, it could be a couple of hours before you moved and taken off. You're almost kind of going.
But if someone has an heart attack, you blue let them off site anyway.
Yeah, so you just bring a paramedic that can't actually say, yeah, these are dead. So we'll just keep working. It just feels a bit inhumane.
To be fair, paramedic, as far as I'm right, quote me if I'm wrong, there must be some listeners out there. I don't think paramedic pronounced you dead anyway.
No, that's
I don't think he pronounced it to get to hospital.
Yeah. So
what if?
No, I won't.
So that's what I'm saying. So no one's actually pronounced dead on site. Even mine, I don't think if in my alleged side, I don't think anyone pronounced dead on site.
Yeah. Interesting.
How deep and dark did that just go?
Give us your last one.
So mine is that Finland does not exist. The country of Finland does not exist. Now, people who live there, I feel sorry for you because apparently you're not real. So have you heard this before?
I have, yeah, but I've read it, but I didn't go into it and why it doesn't exist.
So the rumour is, Finland is actually a fabricated landmass created by Japan and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Believers argue that Finland's existence is a cover-up for extensive fishing grounds and secret activities in the Baltic Sea. So they both of them came together, created so they could have that area for fishing. And then they say there's an island there, but there's not an island there, but they're doing extensive fishing and carrying out tests and stuff. Japan and the Soviet Union.
Do you know what? A lot of these conspiracies do always link back to the government, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they're absolutely filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy and horrible.
Do you know what I find strange? Do you know, have you come across this before? So like Africa on a map, to look at Africa on a map, it's just slightly bigger than like say Europe and stuff in it, and slightly bigger than thingy. Yeah, it's probably about 5-6 times the size of Europe. 5 bigger than like Russia and stuff. It's huge. Like from, I think, I might be wrong here, so I'm be careful. But from like east to west Africa,
We've never worried about
I know. From east to west Africa is wider than going from like France to other side Siberia. Now, if you look at a map of thingy, that's massive.
Not to scale.
So Africa looks smaller from east to west than that does. Yeah, I'm sure that it's the other way around. That's more kilometres than that is.
But if I look on a map, like where we live to London's only like that far. You know what I mean? Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, but in comparison, you look at a map.
Maybe that's because we've got a flat Earth.
Maybe.
Also, is it flat like a rug, like rectangular, or is it flat like an oval?
Circle.
Is it?
It's gotta be.
Are there any conspiracies that you've heard of and go, that's daft? Then looked into it a bit more. Go, I could follow this.
Well, I'm not going to say I am, but when I was at work at Beverley,
flat earther.
Yeah, there was no. I'm not a flat earther, not on a stretch. But this guy just kept arguing his points. I'm going, well, I can't not argue with that because I don't know enough about it. And he was saying things like, you never see the drop, you never see the the curvature of the Earth. You should be able to see it because every 1 point whatever the Earth curves down at an angle. So technically, within 5 miles, you shouldn't be able to see the horizon. Yet we can see further into the horizon. If you get a telescope and look down, I could technically see, I don't know, like something that's like 30, I don't know, I think potentially. And I was like, so you're saying like, if you look through a telescope, you can look, I can see like something that's 30, 40 miles away.
Pretty impressive telescope, like, wasn't it?
Oh, there is some pretty impressive telescopes.
Like a cardboard tube from your kitchen.
No, I don't think that works, mate. Oh, look at that. So then I was like, I can't argue with that, but there must be something that allows you to see.
You just need to be persuasive, don't you? That's all you need. You just need to know a little bit and just keep repeating it. And then, like I said, because we don't know enough to argue against it.
And the other thing as well is, you look at the moon, this is another thing he came up with. You look at the moon, it's always flat. We always see the same side of the moon, don't we?
Yeah.
So the theory is that we're spinning, aren't we? And the moon's spinning around us. How come the moon doesn't rotate? It must be in a fixed position.
Well, a conspiracy that I read is that the moon's not real. It's projected into the sky.
Potentially, yeah. But everything you see of other planets, they're fixed. They're fixed in position, if that makes it. And we always see the same side of them. So if you like say Jupiter, everything's spinning. I've never looked at it. I can't see it with a telescope. Apparently, you always see the same side. He was saying. Same with the moon. You never see the dark side of the moon. So how's that if it's spinning and everything spins around something? I was like, once again, you've got me because I ain't got an answer because I don't know enough about it. I couldn't, and I don't really care. That's the crux. That's the crux of it. Flat, round. Who's achieving what? So if someone came out tomorrow and went, right, guys, we've had one big piss take. It's actually flat. I'm not going to go, I can't go on anymore. I'm just going to go,
how will my life change?
Okay, right.
It's like, what's the other one? Area 52.
51.
Area 51. 52 next up.
Yeah. 52's got the dinosaurs in. Area 51's got the aliens in.
Just across the road, isn't it? Area 51. Like, I don't really care what they're doing in there.
No.
But like we're saying about if this island's true, people have got to like deliver food in. So people must be like shipping food in. Is that pilot then going, shh, or going to his missus like, where are you going today, love? I can't tell you. And it's same as Area 51, isn't it? People are getting shipped in and shipped out. You'd have thought something would have leaked at some point.
Yeah, but the thing is about Area 51, don't they? People do leak things and then they get
that's what I mean.
Got knocked off. But I don't know. Money talks, doesn't it? So if I was getting paid, I don't know, let's say 2-3 million, and my cover story was that I'm an
engineer.
I'm military, so I have to work away.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I have to work. I don't, by the way. I'm fucking less than a manager, as much as he is me. But I get on a flight and I go work away, part of my job. As far as Mrs. is concerned, I'm like I say, working for the military. And then, as far as anyone's concerned, well, that's easy for me to keep that light going. What am I? As I'm getting millions, why jeopardise that by telling her? And she's not bothered what I'm doing.
As well, there's a lot of military people that do go work away that don't tell the partners. I can't say where I am.
I know someone who does that. Who works for.
So they're all after Area 51, aren't they?
Look, what are they doing? But I think they're more like defence.
No, they're Area 51.
Important ships that defended the country. They are going, he knows aliens. Actually, I'm just trying to keep Putin at bay.
What if Area 51 was like a portal to another world? Or it was just like a mass rave. It's like a mass piss up. Or maybe
the lizards. The lizards people go and take the mass off.
Hot royal family.
Yeah. Prince Andrew with dirty hands.
Oh, dirty. Right, let's end it there. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening.
Do you remember we used to talk about being dads on this podcast?
Nah, I don't remember that at all. Times are changing. I'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Keep smiling.
Stay safe.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_ or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.